Major David Carr. And it not only stopped there. The first person to lead out the Maroon army was Tangle River in Lacovia, where we stand the battle, standing the test of time. Then came Juan de Bola. Then came Juan Cicera. It came to a time in 1738 when we conquered the British. They ran out of money. They beg us for a time. They meet us over there in Petty River and sign a treaty. Captain Kojo, Illegitimate Kojo, otherwise known as John Charles Reed or John Charles Gray. He signed that treaty. Later on in 1795, they came and invaded us again. We have to fight for our lands. Once again, you must know the truth.
See them a come in and them multiple. Gango jack cut off all obstacle. Give in to this system when I go do. Somebody say Jamaica so them can't touch you. Yeah, you know it's I am here, fire me snake farmer man. Representing for Gangunja, you don't know. Anorak TV, keep it locked. I told you, yo my princess gone. Boom. Sound ya bang them. Bang.
Greetings. Welcome to Anorak TV. My name is Fabian Stennett, also known as Ganganja Never Die, writer, author, poet, dub poet, author of over 7 books, which is available on Amazon, at Kindle. The names of the books are Maroon Book of Eulogies, Modern Maroons, Maroons Paving the Way, Maroon Poetic History, Blazing the Trail, and there is Carving the Pathway, and there is a soon to be released topic. As well, as a musician and an artist, I have produced and published several songs. Amongst them is the very popular album which is called The Sear Still Chopping, which is an 18-track album, and there's also 3 Sides of a Kind, the EP. All my songs are accessible on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, across all social platforms, and they are also on SoundCloud as well. As a Maroon historian, my duty is to ensure that the history of our people is told from our standpoint. If the lion write the story, the hunter will be shown up. But if the hunter write the story, the lion will not be given any glory. So it is my duty to record all the doings and achievement of my ancient ancestors, from Nani to Kojo to Bara to the little man around the corner who keep the shop, the little farmer down the road whose food and agricultural input contribute to the development of our community, Tangle River, Trelawney Town, Garlands, the Pine, the Maroon Town, which is Trelawney Town in its entirety. We are a people with a rich history which stems not only from what the colonial masters have written in their books, but our existence as historical document will show that our existence here in Jamaica is from about 5000 BC. We are originally the Ciboney peoples. Then later the Taino come along and we fuse together, creating another generation of people, a fusion generation. Later, with the introduction of slavery and plantation slavery, some of the slaves did escape, and they also intermarriage and bring forth seeds. So the collective of the original Ciboney people, the Taino people, the original African Tartarian Ciboney people that were here, and the Akan, the Moors, and the different African tribes fused together to create this revolutionary Afro-Jamaican cultural blood of resistance, now known as the Maroons, which is deep-root Ciboney inculcated with Tainos and all the other African blood. Our history does not start as there. It continues. It continues up to 1655, and even before that, in 1494, when Columbus invaded the then Western Tainos, which is the Ciboneys, and the which is also known as the Ciboneys, as the language which they speak. The Tainos, when they came here, refer to it as Western Ciboney. So the Tainos and the Ciboneys were here when Columbus came. Columbus invaded Jamaica. They wiped out the Tainos, but the Ciboney, the revolutionary blood, under a man named Juan de Bolo, which is, at that time, he was the man defending the island of Jamaica. Juan de Bolo then betrayed the cause and was beheaded by Juan Cicera. During that period, most people forget to mention Nakwan or Nango, which was Kojo's father, and his army, which, as the indigenous people from our village told us around the fireside at night times, when they beat the coffee in the mortar and grate the cassava to prepare the unleavened bread, as we people make unleavened bread from cassava. The story that they told us clearly stated that at that time, one Cicera beheaded one Debola. One Debola then was last. His tenure was finished, so one Cicera continued. Then later came Kojo. In about 1690, Kojo's mother went to some place in Clarendon near the Sutton Estate and was captured on the Sutton Estate. The free people of Jamaica at that time, led by Nakwan, who was Kojo's father, went over to Sutton Estate, invaded the estate, free a couple of people, but he also freed his wife at that time too. And that was the inculcation or the beginning of the first Maroon War. So the first Maroon War was started actually in 1690. In 1692, you have the Port Royal earthquake, but most people talk about the Port Royal earthquake, but never talk about the Maroon village that was wiped out, totally wiped out, in a place called Judgment Cliff in St. Thomas. So by 1695, the English invaded Jamaica. Amongst the first of them to fend off the English invasion was Kojo's older brother, not a son of Nakwan, but his mother's son, a man called Diego Pimenta, who stand the test of time and ward off the English army at Reocabana in Lacova in St. Elizabeth. Diego Pimenta was the first. Diego Pimenta, or Diego Pimento, was the first of them all to carry off a Maroon warfare and to defend the island from the immediate threat of the British invasion in 1695. My name is Fabian Stennett, Gangunja Never Die. I'm also founder of Anorak TV, which is the Museum of Truth. You can click into Anorak TV. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. Comment from which parish you are from. I'm also, of course, Anorak TV is on YouTube. I'm also the founder of Skywide Peace Media and Jamaica Mongrel Dog Association, a rescue for the common Jamaican dog, knowing that in 1695 the Maroon War culminated, but in 1795 at that war the English introduced the dogs from Batabana to hunt us. But for those of us Maroons who survived, what really helped us was these common Jamaican mongrel dogs, which most people think are mongrel, but today I'm going to reveal their correct name. They are known as the Pot Cake Terriers. Anorak TV, in association with Maroon Book of Eulogies, in association with Jamaica Mongrel Dog Association, in association with Skywide Peace Media, is proud to announce what is called the 90-day journey. So Geared, get ready for the next 90 days. Feel free to go to Amazon, pick up a copy of your favorite book, whether it be Blazing the Trail, Maroon Poetic History, Maroon Paving the Ways, Maroon Book of Eulogies, Modern Maroons, or Carving the Pathway. Greetings, the name is Fabian Stennett, dub poet, artist, Gangunja Never Die. And of course, you know why this book is special? What makes this book extraordinary? It's a living archive of ancestral memory, spanning 44 deeply researched and lovingly written chapters. Maroon Book of Eulogies preserve the story of remarkable individuals, from community pillars and beloved elders to reggae icons such as Brent Dowe, etc. Don't waste any time. You should be having your copy in your hands by then. So, go check me out on Amazon. They're available. Kindle, paperback, hardcover. Sound it.
Them no care about the youth nor the poor. Just want the voters long election door. Rip chip 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 chippy chai chai. Rip chip 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 chippy chai. Do they talk to it when them actions to war. When they show up face, election hour. Do they talk to it when the actions to war. When they show up face, election up. Road full of hole, let's cut again. Big man so mild, them heart full of pain. Them a drive them, me a take bus plane. Me done with them, me a board mine. Them a politician, them a card man. Them only come up election. Them a politician, them a card man. Pay promises, them a give. Election time, them a big food. Them not going to walk for promise to the booster. Let them know the way like it is. When I vote for them,